After that, I was just staying home and eating. My weight climbed over 600 pounds quickly.
Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. We've seen many patients on My 600-Pound Life leading miserable and struggling lives. And despite all the struggles and hard work Dr. Now did for his patients, many ignored his advice by staying arrogant throughout the journey, and hence their programs failed. So in today's video, we'll be looking at the insane failed cases on My 600-Pound Life Season 9. So, here it begins. Michael Blair.
I hate that I have to be taken care of. It's humiliating. That destroys my morale.
43-year-old Michael appeared during the 9th episode of Season 9 of the show. At that time, he weighed around 610 pounds. Michael lived with his wife and 2 children, 12-year-old Liam and 17-year-old Xander. Due to his obesity, his daily routine really got disrupted as he couldn't do much around the house. While sharing about his unhealthy eating practices, he said,
Because when I was just a few years old, my dad left my mom and I. So we had to move in with my grandparents. And my grandma was trying to keep me fed constantly. And by the time I was 7, I was probably close to 100, 110 pounds. It made a perpetual cycle where I would get bigger, I would feel bad about being bigger, I would eat more, and I kept getting bigger.
Another incident that added the toll to his pessimism was a childhood trauma that happened with him when he was 11. Michael was molested by a pack leader on an overnight camping trip in the wilderness. Since then, binge eating became a coping mechanism for him to deal with the trauma, and the number on the scale started rising even more rapidly. Michael believed that if he became big enough, no one would dare to hurt him.
I'm both relieved and upset because my weight's not as high as I was afraid it could be.
Finally, he made up his mind to lose weight and scheduled himself and his wife for a gastric bypass. But unfortunately, he got into a car accident. It resulted in a really bad scarring over the abdominal tissue, and due to this, his surgery got delayed for an indefinite period of time.
Able to determine if any sort of operation in his abdomen area is possible for him and what options we may have for him long term.
Frederick Barnes.
All I do is eat and make me feel better, because most of the time, I don't feel good at all.
This very clip will show you that when Frederick decided to be a part of the show, his weight reached the mark of 700 pounds. He was at the breaking point in his life as he could barely walk.
When I get out, we're gonna spend a lot of time together. But he get out and he found a whole nother family.
And not just that, the immense weight made him nearly immobile, as performing simple daily chores like going to the restroom or cooking a meal was difficult for him. After deciding about changing his lifestyle, Frederick made up his mind to seek Dr. Now's help.
Me and my mom fixing to take a trip to Houston since I decided to go. I'm scared, but I'm gonna do it with my mom.
He packed his bags to move to Texas from Florida for Dr. Now's care. But during his 700-mile-long journey, he stopped at various fast food restaurants. His mother accompanied him in all this. What kind of support is that?
I'm ready to lay down on something comfortable, because it's been a long ride.
I'm finna go get the food. Be right back.
Of course, this sort of attitude annoyed Dr. Now, as stopping at unhealthy fast food places isn't the way you start a healthy journey. Well, after spending 2 months in Houston, it seemed he was getting better at his daily walks. But he missed an appointment with Dr. Now before returning home. Not just that, he also needed to have some tests, which he didn't have. After a while, he finally ended up having his appointment with Dr. Now on a video call and admitted in front of him he'd been eating fruits. Dr. Now wasn't very happy after learning this, as fruits were not part of the designated diet plan.
I started eating vegetables and
Any snack in between?
I eat an apple.
What, did you read those papers we gave you that the fruit is not part of your diet?
He confronted him by saying that if he literally wants to change, he has to work hard on his weight loss program. After hearing this, Frederick became upset about this, but still showed his will to lose weight. He managed to lose 125 pounds, and at the weight of 615 pounds, he was qualified for the weight loss surgery. But unfortunately, on the day of his surgery, doctors discovered that his heart was weak, which made the surgery risky.
Well, you know, the test we did on your heart, it shows that your heart is very weak.
Samantha Mason.
Well, I wasn't really following any kind of a diet plan. I mean, that's my problem. I don't know what I am without food.
You know how dangerous that is?
Samantha Mason appeared on the show, and her episode aired in December of 2020. Well, here's a twist, as Samantha was introduced to the audience in quite an interesting way. Actually, most of the stars of the show can't do work or earn due to their obesity, but she had a job to meet her expenses. Samantha, better known online as Vanilla Hippo, is actually a social media star who's exploited her weight in order to earn for her family. She's a fetish model. And when she was first introduced to the fans of the show, she was nearly at the edge of dying with approximately a weight of 1,000 pounds at the time.
My life is so miserable now because I've let my weight get so out of control.
After this, she finally made up her mind and vowed to stop consuming junk food because she feared that she might leave her daughter motherless. After seriously considering that her weight scale numbers were increasing day by day and that she might die, Samantha finally decided to change her lifestyle to achieve her health goals.
If I don't change, I know I'm gonna die. I know any day now could be it for me. My body will just break from it all.
She packed her bags and moved to Houston to meet with the Iranian-American surgeon Yunan Nowzarad, commonly known as Dr. Now, to seek his help.
I'm miserable with how I am now. This is a miserable life, and I want to stop feeling like a burden to people I care about.
One more. Go.
You guys behind me have to get me. I'm losing my strength.
Keep going. We got you.
She was sent home due to the lack of flexibility in her behavior. Everybody tried to accommodate her. Even her daughter Bella tried her best to cheer up her mom, but she kept focusing on all the negative aspects of her life. According to Samantha, there was nothing positive in her life. She kept concentrating on all the sad parts. This sort of behavior was a major obstacle in her journey and resulted in a lot of pressure on her daughter. Everybody got frustrated by her attitude, and after going from the show, she referred to the show as an abomination. Moreover, she further stated that the show exploits fat people for a public laugh. Isaac Martinez.
My life has become such a struggle. Because of my size, everything is hard.
Isaac Martinez appeared on My 600-Pound Life Season 9 when he was only 23 years old. His story mainly revolves around his family. This young lad lives along with his parents, a brother, and a sister. His eating habits were not healthy as he weighed a total of 450 pounds when he was only 16. Just imagine. Though he was a bright student and went to college with a full scholarship, this happy phase of his life didn't last long, as his mother Jane got diagnosed with uterine cancer during the first year of college.
When my mother had her stroke, I had to assume the position of mom.
The poor fella had to quit the scholarship in order to come back to take care of his mother. This stress negatively impacted Isaac's health as he started binge eating during anxiety attacks. In an interview, Isaac confessed that he began to socially isolate himself from everyone. He even avoided all the phone calls and deactivated all his social media accounts.
Fortunately, because he had been gone so long, he did lose his scholarship and was forced to come back home permanently.
After that, I was just staying home and eating. So my weight climbed over 600 pounds quickly.
When he met Dr. Now to seek his help, he began to blame his mother's medical condition and made several excuses by not accepting his own mistake, which really annoyed the viewers. By being straightforward, Dr. Now told him that in order to improve his condition, Isaac had to shed almost 100 pounds at the start of the journey.
You stick with the 1,200-calorie diet, you should be able to lose at least 80 pounds easily over the next 2 months.
Okay.
Okay?
I knew Dr. Now was going to tell me to make a change. And if not, I'm just going to eat myself to death.
But in the next meeting, it was revealed that he only lost 9 pounds, coming to 611 pounds from 620. And just like the previous meeting, when the doctor confronted him about this, he blamed everything on his mother's cancer. That's all, guys, for today with insane failed cases on My 600-Pound Life Season 9. Thank you for watching the video. If you guys found it interesting, I'd much appreciate it if you comment down below about the video and leave a thumbs up. And last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for getting updates related to our latest videos.